guys, today I'm going to share a Lapsi and Suhari recipe, and this is popular for prayers. It's used as an offering and it consists of two little puris or suharis or rotis with a sweet cream filling on the inside, and it's extremely delicious. It's one of my favorite parts of having a prayers, so I was very excited to know that we had to make this for our prayers. So I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. If you want to see how I make it, then keep watching. So for the suhari or the roti or puri or whatever you want to call it, you'll need some flour, some ghee, and you'll need some extra ghee to fry it, and you'll need some more to spread the dough out to make those little rotis. Some water and some sugar. For the sweet cream filling or the lapsi, you'll need flour, some elychee or cardamom, and this gives it a really delicious taste. Clove, and if you're not a lover of clove, you don't have to put it. Some grated ginger, and you don't have to put ginger if you're not a lover of ginger as well. Some white sugar. You may notice that I have sugar in the dough and sugar in the filling as well. If you're diabetic or you don't like to eat a lot of sugar, then you can cut down on the amount, or you can add something else in place of it. And usually when you make this for prayers, you can't taste it. So if you're doing this for prayers, then you won't be able to taste it when it's finished. So you'll just have to eyeball the amount of sugar you add if you want to lessen the amount. I have some full cream or stay fresh milk and some evaporated milk. So we're gonna make the dough now for the suhari. So all you want to do is just add your sugar and your ghee, and you're just gonna mix that in with your hand. So once that's crumbled and incorporated into the flour, now you're gonna add your water a little at a time because you want to make a nice soft dough. So once the dough is nice and soft, you're just gonna put a little bit of ghee on top just to keep it nice and soft. So when you're kneading this, try not to knead it too hard, because when you knead it hard and you're trying to make those suharis or the little rotis, it's gonna come out too stiff. So just knead it with a little bit of softness to it. Not too soft, but like medium consistency. I don't know if you can tell how soft this one is. So what I'm going to do is just place a damp paper towel over this and just let it sit, and then let's work on the cream filling or the lapsi. So for the cream filling now, I'm going to add my stay fresh or full cream milk, the evaporated milk, the sugar, and as I said before, you don't have to add all that sugar. You can just minimize the amount, or you can even substitute it for something else. So just whisk that in so the sugar could kind of dissolve. And the next thing I'm going to add is some elychee or cardamom. And I have my ginger here, and I'm just going to add about 3/4 of this ginger. And I will leave the rest to add to the pot, because this mixture is going to get strained, so the ginger flavor is going to be in there, but you're not going to get the whole strands of ginger when you bite into it. That's why I'm just leaving a little bit to add to the pot. Now you're going to strain your flour or sift it, because you don't want to get any lumps. Now take your whisk and whisk that to make a nice paste. It's gonna be like a thick paste. So once this is whisked properly now, we're gonna add a little bit of water. And like I said, the exact amount of everything I use will be in the description box below and on my website. So now we're gonna go over to the pot to start cooking the cream. So I have my pot on low heat here, and this pot is a parasat or sawine pot. It's usually used to make stuff for prayers. So what we do is we don't chunky anything in this pot like peppers or garlic or onion, because the flavor is gonna come out in whatever you make. So we have a pot strictly for just prayer stuff like lapsi or like parasat, or even when we make sawine. So to this I'm gonna add some ghee. So what I like to do is add a Siliment leaf or a West Indian bay leaf, and this gives it a really nice flavor. And if you don't want to add this, you don't have to. This is just how I do it because I love the flavor that it gives to the lapsi or the cream. So I'm gonna add this to the hot ghee. I'm just gonna break it in half to kind of get the oils out. And because my pot is on low, you'll notice it's not gonna sizzle up right away, but it is hot. And to mix my cream, I like to use this swizzle stick because my mom doesn't have a long whisk and I don't want to get burned because this pot is huge and it's very deep. So when I put my hand in, I don't want to get burned. I won't suggest using a spoon for this because sometimes it tends to get lumpy and you want to break those lumps up. And this does the trick really well. So just let the bay leaf or the Siliment leaf, just let it kind of fry and infuse into the ghee for about a minute. Now I'm gonna strain my flour mixture in here. And it's very important that you keep stirring this, because as I said, it's gonna get very lumpy on you. And at this point you want to add a few cloves. The clove gives it a really nice taste. And add the rest of the ginger. And just keep stirring until it develops a nice creamy texture. So the cream filling or the lapsi has just finished. It took about 10 to 12 minutes to completely turn into a cream, and this is similar to pastry cream if you may notice. So you see how thick it is, and as it cools it's gonna thicken up even more, because when you put it into the suhari you want it to hold its shape and you don't want it to run out, because this is gonna be used for prayers and then you're gonna put it into parasat bags to share for your friends or family. This is a good consistency right now. You want it to look like pastry cream, so I turned the pot off and I'm just gonna transfer it into another bowl for it to cool down. So my dough has been sitting for about 10 to 15 minutes and it's nice and soft. And this recipe is going to make 10 pairs of Lapsi and Suhari, because usually when you have prayers, that's how much you would need, 10 pairs. That's why the recipe is just enough for that. So what I'm gonna do is make 20 small balls and just put a little bit of ghee on your counter. So now that I've made my 20 dough balls, I'm going to spread it out now and show you guys. So we're gonna do 2 at a time, so we'll do a pair. So try to do those that are similarly sized. So like these small ones would go together, these would go together, because as you can tell, I didn't really get all at the same size. So I'm just gonna take some ghee in my hand and we're gonna spread it out like how you would spread out doubles dough. And you can put a little bit on the surface as well. And just take your hand and spread it out. Don't spread it too thin because then it's gonna burst. So that looks good there. And just do the other one so we can get the same size. So my ghee is nice and hot and I'm gonna add the 2 suharis that I just spread it out. And these are just gonna fry for about 15 seconds on each side. It's not gonna take long at all. And when it's finished, you're just gonna put it on a plate with some paper towels just to drain the excess ghee. So these suharis have finished frying and as you can see, they're very nice and soft. So I'm just gonna let it cool and then we will assemble the lapsi and suhari. So my lapsi and suhari is all ready to be put together. As you can see, the lapsi has gotten really nice and thick. It's at a nice consistency right now. So to assemble this, you're just gonna take your pair of suharis and you're gonna place some of that cream filling inside. So that should do it. And then just cover it and put it aside. And then if you're going to use this for prayers, you may have to put fruits inside and put sindoor on top. So you'll see how mine looks. So this is lapsi and suhari, guys. I hope you guys enjoy it. It's such a delicious dessert and the cream is similar to Bavarian cream or pastry cream. It's so delicious. So I hope you guys enjoy eating these. You can have it as a dessert or you can make it for prayers like I'm doing. And I'll show you how they prepare this for prayers. They usually put sindoor on top and they put fruits inside as an offering to Mother Durga. So if you guys want to make this for prayers, then this recipe is going to give you exactly 10 pairs of lapsi and suhari. So if you guys enjoyed this video, leave me all your comments below. If you like it, give the video a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to see all my latest videos. Don't forget to go check out my website, tasteoftrini.com. The recipe for this lapsi and suhari is going to be on my website as well. So go check that out. And until I see you guys again, bye!